welcome to Gierok Farms. Today we're out in the woods. We're cleaning up the pasture or the orchard here. It's starting off. Dad's gonna be picking up some of these limbs that are already broke off or are about to break off, some of these dead limbs off these apple trees. And we'll make a little bit of a firewood slash burn pile. The main project, if we can get up there with this snow, is there's some birch logs up there that we're gonna try to clean up and get together on a pile here. The hard thing is with this frozen ground, everything's pretty slick. It's hard for that skid steer to keep its traction. You know, almost need chains or something like that. So hopefully everything goes good today. Try to stay as safe as we can and still get some stuff done. It's a real nice winter day today. It's about 20 degrees. That's a big part of the reason why we wait till this time of year to do anything out in the woods, is because he's not going to tear up his pastures and ruin his grass. If there isn't a whole lot of snow, other than sliding, you're still able to get around okay without making a complete mess.
think the big thing is just go slow. You know, you're slow and steady. The machine has got time to kind of respond. You got time to respond. Not likely to get tipped over in here or something. And then breaking something that don't have to get broke. I mean, this is steep here. This is very steep. Solid hills. We're up here a ways. Come here at night, you can probably see about 25 of those cell towers. Over here we got ourselves a little bit of a pile. I'm gonna see if I can scoop that down to him. He's down there cutting stuff up. So I just kind of, what I do is, I don't really put them too close together, but we kind of cross them up on top of each other so they're suspended a little and they're a little easier to cut without hitting dirt. Because the dirt's a little frozen and you will dull the saw instantly. But we're gonna try to make something out of some of this. It went pretty good so far. Slide down the hill like a sled here. Push the whole pile. Yes, everything's sliding. Even you guys are sliding. I'll have to come back and fetch a couple of them where they're going. So we come up here now, we're early December. We had like an inch of snow last night again. We're on the northeast side, which this time of the year, it's almost always in the shade, maybe a little bit of morning sun. But I'm surprised it ain't froze more up here. But so if we'd have came here like before the snow, even a week or so after the rain in the fall, this is so steep, it'd be just like a sled. You'd be sliding. I would never be able to drive up there. The problem with the skid steer, it's very heavy in the back, light in the front until I actually got wood on there. So
getting up there.
Yeah, once I get up there,
then you're good.
Then I'm good, and then I can maneuver around. And it kind of scrapes some of the sod off. So it ain't froze real hard, but that's okay. It's with the frost and the spring and stuff, it almost kind of encourages better growth. So we were able to clean up some of this stuff, and what the theory is we're going to cut this up and we get it tomorrow or the next day before snow, put it in one of our wood hauler old manure spreader deals and chuck it right into the boiler basically.
Yeah, and the logs have been laying there for what, a year or more now?
Well, this is stuff like from any of those wind rainstorms we had over the last couple of summers. And what happens is I can't get up here then. We got a crop down here where we usually come up through. So we don't want to drive on that. And then it's, you know, it's wet. And then when it's nice, we're making hay or whatever. And then we're not burning wood in the summer. So, but I de-limbed everything here one day in the summer. And then I figured that hopefully we get a day like today where you got to get it when you can get it. We can't just go anywhere on this farm any day of the week. I mean, right now you could take toboggans and runner sleds and come down here like a bullet. There's no doubt. It's that steep. This camera does not do this here justice.
Yeah, what do you think a percent slope would be like? That's almost a 45, I'd say. That's getting up there.
I think it's maybe a touch more than the barn roof. No, it's steep. I mean, it's real interesting because I would say back in the 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, they planted wheat here.
Yeah, there's furrows.
This fence wasn't in here. Right now we just we farm it below the fence and then it's pastured above. And then when I came here back in 91, this was all popple trees, and these apple trees were in here already. And I cut some of them out that were not right. And then I pruned up these, which they need a heck of a pruning again. And boy, does this attract deer. This is deer heaven when it gets more wintry, especially. So if you go up in the woods here, maybe another 100 feet even, you'll see it's all birch and elm. And
there's no hard trees in there.
Until you get about halfway up to the top. Then you'll see like a divot, especially when all the leaves come off. And I noticed that, and I realized that's the furrow from plowing. And my dad used to say, and my grandpa too, they plowed downhill. You know, you had a little tractor or the horse or whatever it was. That was just the only way they could do it. And my dad said that these hills, they were more productive than the bottoms. You know, our good, fertile, level bottoms right now, he said they were so wet back when he was a boy because the creeks weren't very deep and they weren't very straight, and then the water just kind of sprawled out over everything. So the horses wouldn't even graze down there, let alone try to grow something down there because they didn't drain. And now that the creeks got deeper, the land drained, and then all the topsoil from here over 100 years, some of that ended up in those bottoms. And then they just retired this land because I think they just wore it out. And now I cut all the brush back, and I come up here and I bush hog this in July, and makes great pasture.
Yeah, so we got all the wood on the landing spot now, you can call it.
You can call it a landing. It's still steep, just we're able to get here with the tractor. We might have to put chains on, I don't know.
Yeah, to get here.
To get up into this spot. Cut this up too, but we do it at the end because there's a lot of dirt in it. It's going to all saw some, but I'm not carrying it back up to the woods. Actually, I don't know. I might be able to get them in half. Go part way through, maybe I'll put a wedge on them. A lot of wood there, and there's 4 pieces.
Looks like he decided to do a little tree trimming with the bobcat. Must be a dead limb hanging off of that apple tree up there. I was just cleaning up sticks and I glanced up and I see the grapple up in the tree. While I'm waiting for him, if you guys are wondering what kind of saws we're using, they're both Stihl's and the one is a 660 and the other one is an 880. They're both the big horses, that's for sure. We're gonna be done up here for today. I'd say that's a decent amount of firewood for the amount of time we were up here. It's nice, everything went pretty decent. I'm gonna load up these saws and head back down to the yard. Produce so many apples, the deer can't even keep up. We're back down in the yard, just put some stuff away, and we're getting things wrapped up here. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to check out our other videos. We got plenty when it comes to making firewood and using a chainsaw. So if that interests you, go check out our other videos. And if you liked it, it helps us out if you hit that like button. If you could do that, we'd greatly appreciate it. Nevertheless, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.